Hello and welcome to episode 5 of What's Behind the Mask. I, of course, am Kat Toronto, also known as Miss Meatface. Now, at the start of today's episode, you might have noticed a brand spanking new Miss Meatface theme tune. And I have a huge shout out to give and a huge thanks to my dear friend and amazing talented musician, Noko 440. You probably know him from the band Apollo 440. He wrote, produced, and arranged this incredible theme tune for me. I just provided some vocals, but he worked his magic, and I have now got a spectacular theme tune for What's Behind the Mask. So many epic thanks to you, Noko. I am thrilled. When I put out the call this week to ask for your ideas and suggestions and or questions for upcoming episodes of What's Behind the Mask, there was an overwhelming majority of you that had questions about masks. So today for episode 5, I thought I would go into masks a bit more than I have in other past episodes. And I thought I would also do a bit of a show and tell. You know, I love to do show and tell with you all. Of some of my favorite latex masks that I enjoy wearing for my Miss Meatface work. So sit back, relax, put on your favorite mask, and let's jump into episode 5, shall we? A lovely viewer wrote in and asked about my first experience of putting on a mask and then deciding that I wanted to become Miss Meatface. Well, Miss Meatface originally started out unmasked. In her early beginnings, she had special effects makeup, black eyes, bloody noses, giant gashes across her face and whatnot. And actually, that's what gave her the name of Miss Meatface originally. So she didn't actually start out as a masked persona of mine, but that is what she became. And my decision to do that was because I decided that I wanted to remove absolutely every kind of facial recognition of Kat, of me, myself personally, from this character. So the latex masks, for instance, these latex masks like this, provided a wonderful way for me to aesthetically make a clean slate, I guess you could say, a blank canvas of my face and remove any kind of identification of Kat from the facial area for Miss Meatface. So it gave me a great way to clean the slate, make a brand new persona, make a brand new character, and have Kat have nothing to do with it. So Miss Meatface and the use of the latex masks really gave me that freedom to create something that was wholly new, a brand new person, alter ego, etc. And when putting on the masks, this is what happens. Now, somebody else wrote in and asked, what is this transformation that takes place when you put on the mask and you become Miss Meatface? What does that feel like for you as Kat? And what is this transformation take the form of? So when I put the latex hood on, firstly, it just erases Kat completely. I'm no longer Kat at all. It puts me in the headspace of the Miss Meatface persona. And so once I start layering on all of the different aspects of the Miss Meatface identity that we all have kind of grown to know and love at this point. So the mask, the wig, the pearl necklace, the leather gloves, etc. Once these layers get put on, I start affecting the characteristics of the Miss Meatface character. Once I put on the mask, I do feel a transformation, and it's all psychological, and it's an escape for me as well. I'm not Kat anymore. I don't have to think of all the boring, horrible everyday life things that Kat has to think about or worry about. I become Miss Meatface, this kind of, regal character or grandmother, kinky grandmother persona. And she gives me that freedom to say, goodbye, Kat. don't even think about Cat anymore. And I'm able to become this character that has absolutely nothing to do with the reality of everyday life. And I love that. I guess as an artist, it forces me into the creative mindset. It forces me to cut everything else out around me and just focus on the task at hand. What am I shooting? What's my modus operandi here? What needs to get done in this shoot? What am I, you know, how am I interacting with my environment or with my meat maid, for instance? Yeah, it's really just, the mask is really just a transformational tool, and it helps me, Kat the artist, it forces me into that artistic mindset. So the mask is truly an imperative part of my Miss Meatface work and the whole artistic process surrounding Miss Meatface. Without the mask, it would just be Kat dressing up in you know, latex or vintage clothing, and you know, that's not what I want. It's too straightforward for me. I need to have the mask there to transport myself and the viewer into a different universe and to create a whole new identity for my artwork, and for myself as the artist. So, speaking of masks, I actually picked out a little selection here that I could give you for a mask show and tell. I thought you might find it interesting to see a few of my favorite masks from my mask collection. So the very first mask that I purchased and used for Miss Meatface was this metallic blue, very basic Libidex mask here. Very simple, straightforward design, very comfortable. Yeah, and it has served me very well. Right there. So I've had this mask, oh geez, I think since 2015. Okay, so that's mask number one. And then I have to say that by far, for me, I found the best fitting masks to be from Breathless. So the majority of the masks that I now wear in the Miss Meatface images are probably going to be Breathless masks, which this one is a Breathless mask right here. I just love the nose. The shape of the nose fits me wonderfully. The chin and the shape of the eye holes, I love. So this is a Breathless. And then an amazing, super cool mask that was custom made for me. This is a Miss Meatface custom mask here, made by Garden Latex. How fabulous is that? And I just recently, super cool. And look at the amazing pearl necklace details around the neck. Love it. I just recently did a shoot with myself and my meat maid, and I had my meat maid dress up as me and wear this hood for it. So I was calling it Meta Meatface. And then I love this. I just got this from Tableau Vivant's Latex. And this is their kitty eye mask, which is a fabulous cat's eye latex mask. And you know Miss Meatface, she loves a cat's eye mask. So this kitty latex mask is perfect for her. And so that's from Tableau Vivant's. So those are a few, just a few. I mean, this is like, yeah, just the tip of the iceberg here. There's a lot more where these came from, but yeah, I thought I would just share with you my like very tip-top choice favorites from my collection. I know that some of you were also curious as to my choice to incorporate the now iconic Miss Meatface cat's eye mask into her signature look. Well, this came out of a photograph that my dad took in the 60s of my great-grandmother Ruby, and in it she is wearing a silver sparkly cat's eye mask. And this photo was hanging up in the hallway of my childhood home, and I just remember going past it every day and just seeing it. And it just cemented this, you know, iconic image of my great-grandmother wearing this very flamboyant cat's eye mask in it. And then when I first started Meatface and I was staying at my dad's house, I was going through, I think I was going through some of the drawers in the kitchen maybe, or some drawers in another part of the house. And I found that exact cat's eye mask. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's just a little light went off in my head. It's like, this is what is missing from the Miss Meatface look. And so when I went to the UK, on my next trip back to the UK, we went to a costume shop and they had a whole bunch of these great cat's eye masks there in different colors, and some of them had glitter. And I bought a whole bunch of them and just started incorporating them into the Miss Meatface mask ensemble, and it just became like her signature look. Well, this is where I'm going to wrap up episode 5 of What's Behind the Mask, and I hope that this gave you all a bit of insight into my interest and fascination and use of masks in my artwork as a creative tool, a transformational tool. And I actually have quite a few more questions from all of you that I wasn't able to answer in this episode. So I think what I will probably do is create a bonus episode that I will release either this weekend or Monday or Tuesday of next week, where I answer a bit more questions from you all. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for sending your questions. If you want to send me any more questions, please feel free to do so. I prefer email. Call me old-fashioned, but I love getting an email. So you can shoot me an email at missmeatface@gmail.com. I hope that you'll join me in episode 6 of What's Behind the Mask. And of course, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook under at Miss Meatface. And also, if you would like to donate towards a pack of film for an upcoming Miss Meatface shoot, I would be much appreciative. You can go to buymeacoffee.com/missmeatface and donate whatever amount you would like to donate. And I shall see you in episode 6, my lovelies. Mwah, mwah, mwah.